I'm very spiritual, and I think I get my strength in God and prayer and in myself. Not only I have to go out and talk about it too much because I think it's personal, so I feel that saved me, and I raised my kids alone to be so strong, even in a violent situation, which I was in extremely violent. I had guys living in my house with guns. I mean, like security people, because I was so afraid, so that's difficult. But now made it to the other side. Yeah. I forgave him to let it go from me,
Dina, let me ask you this. Did you know that the arrest was coming, or was it just a surprise knock at the door? He got arrested at work? What happened?
That's going way back.
Yeah, 24.
No, he went to court.
Okay.
He would go to court and try to fight it, and then they came down with they just literally took him out of the courtroom.
Okay.
In Nassau County in handcuffs because, it came to a jury and whatever, and just took him. And then he went back for violation a couple of times.
But through all that,
at that point, I was living at my parents'.
And through all that, you were standing by him. You stayed with him while he was in jail and came out and stuff?
Yeah, I went up and visited him like the dutiful wife. Yeah. I felt bad. It was a difficult time. And I was also scared if I didn't go, I was very, very afraid. I didn't know anything about somebody who's threatening like that. So I just did the right thing, what I thought I should do.
Well, how about this now? I can see how your whole personality changes when you go back through these memories, and I hate to do that. But have you made the same mistakes after that relationship, or have you?
Absolutely not.
Okay, good.
Never will again. Like I said, I've never been in that sort of situation, so I focused on my children. And, I dated someone for 5 years and like a long-term relationship, and now I'm in a relationship with an amazing guy, and we'll see where it goes. And, I know he cares about me and I care about him, so we'll see.
If it doesn't work out, let me know. Okay.
Jesse. Oh, okay.
I got a little crush. I got to confess. But now, you were talking before that the misconceptions, the fake news, the lies in the press. What are some of the biggest ones you want to correct?
Fake news, oh gosh, there's so many. I don't even know where to begin. Oh gosh, I should whip out my book that I wrote. It's all in there. I think the most misconception, Lindsay at 18 being out in Hollywood at that young age with that amount of money, because, the money as a manager, I'm also her mom.
Yeah.
So I wasn't taking her money. Her money in the day, it's called the Jackie Coogan law. So her money was given to her at 18. It was in a trust. And some at 20, the rest at 21. So at that young age, to have that enormous amount of money and friends that are fair weather friends and not true friends, and friends that are used to the Hollywood game. And my daughter's a little girl from Long Island and didn't really, she's certainly a genius. So she saw these kind of people. But, I guess, it's a fairy tale place to get caught up in. So that was just a time in her life that she's grown from, and I'm so proud of her today, being a 33-year-old woman, saving children's lives in Syria and going all around the world for charity, and she's such an amazing businesswoman. I'm so proud of her. She makes me proud.
Hey, that reminds me. That reminds me of something. Just recently, there was a YouTube video of Lindsay. She was with a little child she was concerned about, and she started talking to that child in like Yugoslavian or something like that. How does she know these languages?
She's pretty fluent in, I guess, 5 or 6 languages, because when you live in a country, you feel it's respectful to learn their language so you can communicate more freely with them. So she really, and she's got a photographic memory. She's so bright. She'll get a script. I used to read lines with her. I still do sometimes with for other things. You know, she sends me scripts. She'll look at it once and doesn't have to look at it again. It's really incredible.
And wait,
she's amazing. I think
video,
she's one of the best. Not being that she's my child, I think she's one of the best actresses of her age.
Now,
group.
In that video, though, she was trying to rescue some child she was concerned about. This is something she does out there? What is going on with that?
I don't really want to get into dynamics of old press things. I don't feel like that's important. But, Lindsay, any child in distress, any one of my children, including myself, will risk something of us to save that child in that situation. That's just what you should do, everyone.
Now, just recently,
any person, child, adult, woman getting hit. You know, I've confronted situations where I put my life in danger probably, but I don't, you know, kindness, you don't think, you just do. I think it's important to just do. And God will have you back if you're, you know, it's something good you're doing.
Let me ask you a question.
I mean, if you saw a woman, some guy beating up a woman, would you just stand there, or what would you do?
Well, you know, Dina, I don't know if you follow my Facebook page. We've been Facebook friends for a long, long time. I'm taking people off the street. I'm a private investigator. You know, I'm out there doing stuff all the time.
You investigated me? You're one of those? I'm kidding. Oh, man.
Let me ask you a question now. Just recently, I had someone on the show. She was a Disney child star. And as we were talking, it came out that when she was growing up in the Disney on tour and stuff like that, she was being molested and stuff like that. And everyone around her knew it. In fact,
my God!
Oh no, it's Jordan Pruitt, the Jordan Pruitt story. Yeah. Now, the thing is, did you ever see that or any signs of that kind of stuff?
Never, ever. But I mean, I've never, ever. It's so crazy because we've worked with so many people and never, you know, I've never. Thank God. Probably because I was there. Maybe they were afraid of me. I don't know. I'm kidding. No, but never. I've never experienced that, nor has my child.
No, that's
any
interesting.
of my children.
So in all of the acting jobs and the musical jobs and stuff like that, you're always there? You were
never, ever. Never.
No, but I'm saying you were always present there to keep an eye on stuff?
Absolutely. Well, when a child's a minor, you need a parent. Parent has to be there.
Okay.
I was always close proximity, but I was never in. Since I'm in the business, I never got in a director's way, a producer. I wasn't a backstage momager. You know, I was always. I understood. You stay in your lane. I was there for my child to keep an eye out on her. She said, "Mommy, I'm tired." I'm like, "She needs something. Okay, I'll go to somebody to get you food." You know, it was very. I hung out with Dennis Quaid and Liam Neeson had his kids there with in the trailers, and I would just play with the kids. We'd play basketball, ride the golf carts. You know, it's like we kept it fun. They were very. I've never had a bad experience, to be honest, on a movie set.
Okay.
It's always been, the grits are wonderful. I hang by the craft service table because that's where all the good food is, and where the grits tell all the best jokes. So we just had a ball on set. My kids played. It was just fun.
So coming up, you think you're going to be on? You're trying to get on Dancing with the Stars?
Oh, call them for me. I'm actually in the mix. I was in the mix. I've been Dina Katz. Her name's Dina. So I'm like, come on, we have the same name. We may spell it different, but we have the same name. I just love to dance. It just makes me really happy. And I never really, they were like, I was for Australia, Dance with the Stars as well. And I was like, she's like, well, you were a professional dancer and you did this. I said, okay, that was decades ago. I can still, it's muscle memory. I was a gymnast. I can still do all that. But I said, I can't ballroom dance or salsa with somebody. I'm very 2 left feet when I'm partnering with somebody because I want to control the movement. So I said, it would be really funny if it said, oh, great, that's all we needed to know. They just wanted to make sure. But then I was thinking, they had all these Olympic medalists on and gymnasts and that adorable one that won the Olympics. Her name evades me right now. But they take dance classes. I took dance. I was a gymnast all through high school and elementary and stuff. So you have to know dance for a Florex routine. So it doesn't, and these kids were recent being on the show. So I'm like old. Please put me on. You'll be surprised.
Oh, we're the same age, so you're not old. But the thing
Lindsay's buying for me for the Australian one, and the New York, the one in the States, obviously just finished with the little girl from, what was her name? Oh, gosh.
Honestly, I've never watched the show, to tell you the truth.
From The Bachelor. Bachelorette, she won. So I said, I want to get my name into the next one. So if anyone's listening, hashtag Dancing with the Stars, Dina Lohan. Give a plug right there. Yeah, it would be so much fun. It's such a great show, and they do such an amazing job.
Yeah, well, and
dancers are incredible that work on the show.
It's not just dancing either, because it's your personality and stuff like that. You definitely have a very large personality.
Like when I did Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother, it was like a joke. I never saw it. I saw a snippet of the original, the first Celebrity Big Brother prior to ours, because that was the first. We were the second. And I said, I just went in with 11 people that I did not know. I knew Jonathan Bennett from Mean Girls, he's like my child. He was on. I was like so happy I knew someone. And a couple of others that I was acquaintance with. But Candy Burris was my wing girl. She's my girl. We stuck together on that show. But it was it was so much fun. But I was in a room. Now, you're in a studio-made house. Okay, on the lot, Paramount, I think it was, a CBS lot. And I hope I'm allowed to give this away, but I guess people know. Julie Chen, obviously lovely, the host. And we did all these crazy games. And you're in a house, and the camera, you don't even see a cameraman. There were 400 cameramen that rotated, and they shot through glass, like mirrors. Yeah. So you were cameraed when you slept. So the first 6 people that they pick go in, they get to pick their rooms, and then I was the second 6. So I ended up in a room, makeshift hallway with all guys. And you're sleeping like right next to Anthony Scaramucci was my bedmate, so to speak, who was hilarious. It was hilarious. And Kato Kalin he's so funny. He works with Comic-Con. He was there. Oh, my God, Ryan Lochte. These kids were Lolo Jones, amazing athletes. They actually had a pool made for a little – it's like a hot tub that you swim in. So he would practice because he's in the next Olympics. Go Ryan! Hope he wins.
Did Anthony Scaramucci have any stories?
And we had Tom Green, who's friends with Lindsay, who's hilarious. We just had we had fun. We had a lot of fun.
It sounds like a great show. I'd love to watch it. Now, did Anthony Scaramucci have any stories about the White House and Trump?
Oh, he talked. Everyone was like their ear to him because he's brilliant. He's a really smart guy. Yeah, he talked about it, but he ended up being. I won't tell you. You're not gonna watch. Are you gonna watch it? If you watch it, I won't tell you.
I don't watch it. I don't watch anything. I don't watch any of that stuff.
Yeah, well, it's already shot, so it's already online. He was a mole.
Oh.
He was in on it, fooling us all. It was crazy. We didn't know that he was in with CBS.
And
as a mole.
Did it come out that he was a mole, or is this a secret? What happened there?
It came out when he was almost going to get booted when you sit on the seats and you're evicted from the house. Then he disappeared, and we're like, "Where's Anthony?" And then he came on the TV and gave us our next clue. He said, "I want you guys to know I was in on." I'm like, "You were my buddy. You were like sitting next to me. We had conversations. You didn't even tell me." He's like, "And Dina's probably really mad at me." I was like, "What?" We all had no idea. It was pretty cool, though, how they did that.
Now, is there some way we can watch this here in America, or it's only in Australia?
No, this is in America. This is CBS. It was last year.
Get out of here. You were on there last year?
Celebrity Big Brother, yes. I was I was on it.
Okay.
And made it to the finals.
And
Which